That alt text has an impact on your website's SEO? Yes, this is true, but maybe not in the way that you think it is or the way that photographers come to me all the time asking, what should I do with my alt text? Why is alt text so important? How am I supposed to write alt text? These are all great questions, and that is just what this video is about. Let's hop in and break this down. Now, first off, my name is Connor Wahlberg. I run a membership where I help photographers learn SEO and implement SEO so that they can start landing consistent inquiries through their website. Now, alt text is one of those things that a lot of photographers seem to get caught up on because they hear that they need alt text, they hear that alt text affects SEO, but they don't really understand why that is or what alt text even is. And before we go any deeper, alt text has multiple different names. So it might be image description, it might be alternate image name. There's different names depending on which platform you're using. So whatever your platform uses, that still does the same purpose. It still has the same exact role. Now, the actual core purpose of alt text is accessibility. This is what Google tells us, is that people who maybe they are visually impaired and they visit your website, say they hover their mouse over the image, their screen reader can read that text and it can say this is an image of a dog jumping over a fence, whatever the image is, right? So we want this to be as helpful as possible. And I like to think of SEO as we are following Google's formatting guidelines. So just like if you're writing a paper in college or any grade, right? There's guidelines. You need a headline, you need this, you need that. I kind of think SEO is like that in general, and alt text is one of those things. We need basically a caption or something under every image that's a part of it telling Google what that image is about. And for accessibility issues, they want to make sure the web is accessible for everybody that's browsing it. So it's very important that we fill out our alt text for that reason, because we want to be as thorough as possible. And there are some cheats to this. So let's say you have 50 images in a gallery that are all very similar. You can write the same alt text basically for each image with a little variation at each end, or file name, a number, something like that. That's just kind of a shortcut. But for main images on your site, you do want to have descriptive alt text. Now, how does alt text help with SEO? So SEO is called search engine optimization, and it's about making our site speak to Google and other search engines so they know what the website is about. If with your alt text, you convey the keyword that you're going after on a certain page and it actually fits the image, this can be beneficial to your SEO. So let's say you are a Denver portrait photographer and you have a beautiful image on your homepage showing the Denver skyline and it's a portrait. Well, you can caption it, portrait of man in blue shirt standing in front of Denver skyline. Now we're fitting in the Denver keyword, we're fitting in the portrait keyword, and it's starting to tell Google just a little more clearly, this is the keyword that this page should rank for. So this is where we get the SEO advantage. But a lot of people will mess this up because then they go in and they add it to every image regardless of what the image actually has in it. So maybe they're doing Denver portrait photographer, portrait photo taken by Denver photographer, Denver portrait of family, Denver. So all of a sudden, every image has this alt text. This actually can start to become keyword stuffing. It's not as accurate. And when Google sees stuff like this, you have to think from their perspective, is this what they want to see? Do they really believe that every image is the same thing that fits this keyword? So in my opinion, and from what I've seen work best, we want to have 1 or 2 images per page if they accurately fit the keyword representing that keyword. Otherwise, we just stay as truthful and descriptive as possible in our alt image tags to make our websites more accessible for everybody, and also to show Google that we're doing a good job filling out that checklist where we are doing all of the formatting that they are requiring us to do or expecting us to do, so that Google can look at our site and say, hey, I trust this site and I want to rank it. Image title length is an important part as well. So when we're writing this, how long can it be? Google's guidelines say that realistically you can write it kind of as long as you want. Generally, I'd recommend about a sentence. You don't need to go crazy here. You don't need to spend all your time doing alt text. Just make a logical sentence about each image. And also, finally, with tools like WordPress, it's really easy to go back in and batch edit this, where you can just click through your media library and you can type in an image description for each one, or your alt text description. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you do, please subscribe to my channel. I'm dropping new SEO videos for photographers all of the time, and I'd love to have you see more of my footage. Thank you for being here and have a wonderful day.